Imagine this. It's a humid night in July 2007. The air hangs heavy over a quiet Connecticut rest stop off I-95. A burner phone buzzes in a gloved hand. The call connects. A voice, low and controlled, asks for a woman named Maureen, petite, blonde, working the streets to escape her own demons. She climbs into a dark Chevy Avalanche, trusting the promise of cash for company. The truck pulls away, taillights fading into the black. Minutes later, silence. No screams, just the hum of tires on asphalt. What happens next? That's the hook that drags you in. How does a man turn a simple transaction into a nightmare that echoes for decades? And why, in a place where everyone knows your name, did no one see the monster pulling the strings? Stick with me here. We're diving into one of those stories that hits too close to home. The kind where the evil isn't some shadowy figure from a horror flick, but a guy who coaches Little League and files taxes on time. In a world where we wave at neighbors without a second thought, what shreds that safety net? One wrong turn, one hidden rage, and suddenly, trust feels like a trap. Today, we'll peel back the layers, the lives cut short in a sleepy Long Island paradise, the twisted blueprint of a predator named Rex Heuermann, and the grueling detective work that finally cracked the code. You'll walk away seeing the clues we all missed, and wondering if the shadows still hold more. Ready? Let's step into the fog. Picture Long Island in the late 90s, early 2000s. Not the glitzy Hampton scene, but the working class spine, the South Shore towns where kids bike to the beach and families grill in backyards that back onto marshes. Places like Massapequa Park, where the American dream feels tangible. Good schools, steady jobs, waves crashing just a drive away. But beneath that postcard glow, cracks, economic squeezes pushing young women into shadows. Sex work as a lifeline when dreams hit walls. And into that world steps Maureen Brainard-Barnes. At 25, she's got the spark of someone fighting back. A mom to a little boy named Jaquan, dreaming of stability, maybe a nursing degree. She calls him every night from payphones, whispering promises. Be good, baby. Mommy's coming home soon. One foggy evening in 2007, she vanishes after a client pickup in Manhattan. No trace, just an empty ache for her family. Then there's Melissa Bartholomew, 24, from Rochester, sassy, street smart, the big sister who lit up rooms with her laugh. She moved to New York chasing modeling gigs, but bills piled up. Escorting paid the rent. In July 2010, her sister Amanda gets a call taunting from a blocked number. Say a prayer, little one. Your sister's with God now. Melissa's phone pings. Near Gilgo Beach that night. Gone. Or Megan Waterman, just 22, fresh from Maine. Tattooed and tough but soft at heart. She FaceTimed her mom hours before her last job in 2010. Joking about lobster rolls back home. Love you, mom. See you soon. Amber Lynn Costello, 27, the quiet one with a gentle smile, supporting her household in North Babylon. September 2010. She texts her sister about a $1,500 client. The door clicks shut. Silence. These weren't just names on a report. They were daughters, sisters, women navigating a world that chewed them up. Their families. Shattered glass. Take Lynn Bartholomew, Melissa's mom, a no-nonsense bartender from upstate. She turns detective herself, poring over phone records, chasing leads to dead end. I won't stop till I know, she'd say, voice cracking on TV, please. Or Dave Schaller, Amber's friend, haunted by the sketchy guy in the white truck he saw her leave with. Their pain ripples out, turning a tight-knit community into ghosts. How does a safe suburb shatter overnight? One body at a time. And as those remains surface bundled in burlap along Ocean Parkway in December 2010, the question burns. Who could dump death so casually in paradise? Hold that thought, because the man behind it, he wasn't some drifter, he was woven right in. Fast forward to the surface of normalcy. Rex Heuermann, say it slow. Rex, a 6'1" architect from Massapequa Park, just miles from those beaches. To the world, the ultimate everyman, married to Essa since '95, 2 kids, Victoria and Christopher soccer games, family barbecue. He ran RH Consultants, a firm dissecting New York's building codes like puzzles. Clients called him meticulous, almost obsessive. Rex doesn't miss details, one said. He's the guy who spots the floor before it cracks the foundation. Wari build, glasses, that awkward gait, like a man uncomfortable in his own skin. Neighbors waved hello, co-workers grabbed beers after deadlines, but peek closer. Fishers, Asa, a nurse, often away caring for her mom in Iceland. Kids at summer camp, leaving Rex alone, with time and urgent. How did he operate? Like a blueprint, step by calculated step. First, the lure, burner phones, Craigslist ads disguised as legit gigs. He'd scout online forums, track escorts' routines via public posts, call from a rest stop, voice muffled, offering double rates for discretion. No small talk, just logistics. Step 2, isolate. That white first-gen Chevy Avalanche, his work truck, unremarkable, pulls up. No plates visible. He picks spots like motels or wooded pools where screams fade into wind. Witnesses, rare. Step 3, the kill. Strangulation, they say. Slow, personal. Bodies cleaned with bleach. Trust in burlap from his office supplies. Tires changed to Dodge treads. Disposal at Gilgo. Under cover of night when his family's out of town, he'd drive the loop home to Manhattan, office to beach, mirroring the victim's last pings. Dodge detection, masterclass. Fake emails for Tinder hookups years later, testing waters. Souvenir files, clippings of the case. Torture porn searches masked as research. It's like a spider spinning silk. Charm the fly, wrap it tight, vanish. But what fueled it? Peel back the psych profile and it's a storm. Experts peg him as a classic sexual sadist. Rage at women, maybe from a domineering mom, Dolores, who raised him and brother Chris in a strict house. Chris did time. Rex channeled it inward. Searches for torture methods. Body disposal, not curiosity. Cravings. Each kill, a hit of control, feeding a god complex. Why petite blondes, you'd ask? Power. They mirrored Asa, maybe vulnerable. Contained. No thrill in chaos. He craved the plan, the perfection, until it wasn't. It's the kind of darkness that whispers, keeps you up. Could you spot it in a handshake? Probably not. And here's the kicker. What if his planning docs, those checklists for silencing victims, erasing traces, weren't just fantasies? We'll circle back, because the cops, they almost let him slip forever. Cut to the maze. December. Shannon Gilbert bolts from a client's house in Oak Beach. Frantic 911 call. They're trying to kill me. Cops dismiss it. Drugs, paranoia. But her frantic dash leads a search team down Ocean Parkway. Boom. Melissa's body burlap wrapped. Then Megan, Amber, Maureen, all within a quarter mile. The Gilgo Four. Panic ripples. Suffolk PD scrambles. But whispers of botch. Former DA Tom Spotter and Chief Jimmy Burke, tangled in corruption scandals. Slow the gears, tips ignored, files gathered. By 2011, 6 more sets surface. Jessica Taylor, dismembered from 2003. Sandra Castilla, 1993. Valerie Mack, 2000. Even Peaches and her toddler, unidentified till April 2025 as Tanya Jackson and Tatiana Dykes. 11 souls. Is it one killer? Theories splinter. Truckers, a copycat crew. Dead ends pile. A painted nails sketch flops. A black leather belt with HM initials. Cold. Enter the reboot. 2022. New DA Ray Tierney. No nonsense prosecutor smells rot. Forms the Gilgo Task Force. Suffolk PD, FBI, NY State Police. Sheriff Errol Toulon. Rodney Harrison, the commissioner. Relentless. We own the night now. They subpoena 300 PAL warrants. Cell towers. Google data. Breakthrough 1. Phone ghosts. Burner pings match Rex's personal cell. Mercediqua. To Midtown to Gilgo. Exact times of vanishes. Coincidence? Nah, his avalanche. Eyewitness Dave Schaller IDs it from Amber's last night. Tall guy, empty eyes, white truck. Step 2, the pizza ploy. Cops tail Rex for months. Surveillance vans. Drone flies. He chucks a crust in a tote bag. They snag it. Nuclear DNA match to burlap hairs on Megan and Amber. Boom. Mitochondrial links to Asa. And Victoria's strands on victims. Transferred during cleanup in his basement, they say. But wait, deeper cuts. His hard drive, a horror show, planning docs, checklists, limit noise, clean with bleach, dispose at low tide, searches for Gilgo updates, serial killer evasion, a belt from his home, matches HM etchings, and the hair on Maureen, that rootless strand from 2010. Astria Forensics whole genome wizardry, first in NY courts, pulls Rex's profile from degradation. Judge Timothy Mazzei greenlights it September 2025, dead end, corruption probes sideline old leads, pressure mounts, Tierney faces heat, why 13 years, yet twists, Rex's voice on a taunt call to Amanda Barthélemy, traced to his office tower, cliffhanger, does it tie the 90s? Sandra's DNA flips from another suspect, John Bitrolf, but what if accomplices lurked? Hold tight, the net closes. Now the break, July 13, 2023, Rex strides from his Manhattan office. Oblivious, NYPD SWAT swarms cuff snap. You're under arrest for murder. Asa shopping blocks away gets the call. Kids. Shocked silence. Charges drop. 3 counts first degree for Melissa. Megan Amber. Bail. Denied. He pleads not guilty, stone-faced. I'm innocent. But the task force doesn't stop. January 2024. Maureen at June. Jessica Taylor. And Sandra Castilla. Decades-old cases revived by hair DNA. December. Valerie Mack 7th. Each hearing, a gut punch. Courtroom sketches show Rex hulking in orange. Asa testifying, I gave him the benefit of doubt. Twists abound. Defense cries lab flaws. Pushes separate trials. Mazzei shuts it down September 2025. One mega trial all 7. Evidence parade those docs. The truck VN, even his kid's iPad with victim searches. He tinkered to confuse us. Tierney says, how? By varying dumps. Manaville Woods for early kills. Gilgo for the 4. Throwing sent off. But the how of justice. Grand jury grind, tech leaps. Pizza crust to perp walk. Climax hits. No confession. Just Rex glaring as hairs link him tighter. Sentence, pending life if convicted. But whispers. More charges brewing. From that rest stop lure to the courtroom glare, we've traced how Rex Heuermann allegedly turned Long Island's edge into a graveyard. 7 confirmed. Shadows on more. A community gutted. Families like Lynn still raw. Detectives like Harrison sleepless. But doubts claw. Was corruption the real killer of time? Accomplices in the avalanche's shadow. And the why, that sadistic blueprint. Does it ever fully unspool? In the end, cases like Gilgo remind us. Evil doesn't roar. It plans in basements. Hides in plain sight. And sometimes truth arrives too late. Leaving ghosts on the shore. If this left you staring at your own neighborhood a little longer, don't drift off yet. Subscribe for more dives into the dark, like our next one on the Delphi murders, where a killer's whisper finally Hit that bell, drop a like if it chilled you, and let's keep hunting shadows together.